College Algebra. This first video is going to cover the first part of your Chapter 5 test review. All right, I'm just going to work through each problem like I did on the Chapter 4 review, and you can scroll through the video and pick up the parts that you need if you get stuck. So on the first one it says to solve with substitution. So I'm going to solve this first equation for x. And then I'm going to be plugging that in right here for x. And y equals -6. Now I'm plugging my -6 back into the first equation, actually. So let me do that again. I'm going to plug it in right here. I'm going to take that -6 right there. So we get the ordered pair -3, -6. Number 2, to solve by elimination. I'm going to triple the first equation. That gives me x's that are opposite in value. (25y equals 0), so y is 0. Then I'm going to plug 0 into the first equation for y. X is -2. Okay, on number 3, I'm going to do elimination again. I'm going to try to eliminate my x's, so I'm going to double my first equation. And 0 equals 3. That's not true, so that's no solution. On the second one, I'm going to try to eliminate x again, so I'm going to multiply by 3. And we get 0 equals 0. So this one is infinite solutions. And when I have infinite solutions, what I need to do is give the solution in terms of the variable x. So I'm going to take one of my equations and solve it for y. Okay. So my ordered pair will be x, and then 1/8 x minus 5/8. Number 5, find the determinant. So -1 times 3 minus 2 times 2. -3 minus 4 is -7. Number 6, I'm going to recopy my determinant over here, and I'm going to copy out the first 2 columns again. Okay, 18 times 9. I'm going to pop that into my calculator. 162. 40 times 7. 8 times 7. 498. Then I'm going to head the other direction. 30 times 7, 24 times 4, 18 times 7. Okay, I'm going to add those together. 432. Then I take my lower minus my upper, and I get 66. Okay, number 7, Kramer's rule. So x is d of x over d. Y will be d of y over d. So I'm going to be setting up a determinant for each. The first thing I'm going to check is I'm going to make sure that my x's and my y's line up and they're on the same side of the equations with the constants on the other side. And it looks like I have that. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my x coefficients and my y coefficients. And then when I'm solving for x, in the first column I put my constants and they go in the second column for y. Then I copy up what's underneath and then I'm ready to go. So I'm going to split my work here so I don't get you all confused. On the top, we're going to have negative 60 minus 6 times negative 18, which is negative 108. Then we'll have 10 take away 18. So we'll have 48 over negative 8. And the answer there is negative 6. Now, I just noticed that your directions say to solve the equation for x. So here's my x. So that's actually the answer to the question. However, on your test, you might have to find the whole ordered pair. So I'm just going to keep on going. So we'll have 90 minus 90 over negative 8. And the answer there is 0. So if we were to write an ordered pair, we'd have negative 6, 0. Okay, number 8. Okay, I'm going to chunk 8, 9, and 10 into one problem. And basically, they're asking you to find z at the end. So, let me switch colors. I know that z is made up of dz over d. Each of these is a 3 by 3. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and set up my denominator first. First, I notice that all my x terms here are lined up. So I have a 7, a 1, and a 6. And my y's are all lined up, negative 5, 8, and 1. And my z's, negative 1, 3, and 1. Oh, I just need to take all that off. Sorry about that. I was just copying it down again. I don't really know what I was doing. Okay, if I'm finding z, these go in my last column. Then I copy up everything from down below. I think that's what I was doing earlier. I just kind of got too fast. Make had an 8. Okay, be careful with your signs. So basically, setting up the numerator is question 9, and actually finding the numerator is question 9. Setting up the denominator is question 8, and finding that determinant is question 8. When I divide the results, that's the answer to number 10. Okay, so again, the way this is chunked up, this is number 8, this is number 9, and the whole division is number 10. All right, to find these determinants, we're going to have to do our diagonals, we're going to have to expand, and so forth. I'm going to cut this video short right here, and then pick up the work on this one in the next video.